Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry, and today doing another film session. Once again, if you didn't listen to the other ones, really testing this out this summer. So today I'm actually using some film from NFL Game Pass. So it has coaches film so we can see all 22 and all that good stuff. Going to be looking at the Bears versus Packers from week 1, 2018. And we'll see I don't really have a planned how long I want to go, but I'll just go a little bit because the game is super long, as you know, and I could do every play, but I won't. Probably go through 2 series of defense, 2 series of offense, just so you could get an idea of how the film looks and, I could kind of test it out. And we'll also, be able to point out some, good stuff going on field. So as I say that, I'm going to hopefully get this started. And all right, so here we go. So typical game film, we get the all 22, and then we'll get the end zone version. So we got a run play, first down. Looks like defensive line got that. Eddie Goldman taking on a double team splits, and then he makes the play. And I don't really like the way this navigates because it won't let me go back to the other play without clicking on it or whatever. So second down, we got another run. And so from what I could see, that looked like it was Nick Kwiatkowski that might have missed that. So at this point right now, when you stop the play, you see Aaron Lynch has this gap. Of course, Hicks has this gap. Kwiatkowski might have that gap. Eddie Goldman has this gap, and Leonard Floyd has the outside. So that would leave that up to the safety to run the alley for that gap. So whenever you go, either if you bump the linebacker out, and I can't see if they bumped them out or if it's just a single linebacker, but either way, once the linebacker replaces, sometimes you'll have them have to come across to get a gap in the case that it's a run, but a lot of times you'll switch responsibility with the safety. So either way, right now in the open space, the safety has to be aware of that. And so that looks like it's Eddie Jackson. People aren't going to be happy to see that, but that's who it is. And so this is one of the things with Eddie Jackson. And I acknowledge that he was really good as a rookie. Some people are upset because I talked about things he could get better at, which some people took that as me saying that he's not good, which is not the case. And then he had a great year this year. He improved on a lot of things that I talked about he could improve on. And so people are like, oh, look at how wrong you were. And I'm like, I never said he couldn't do those things. I was just great in his rookie year. So anyway, one of the things that he just wasn't good at his first year, and I think he got better as the year went on, is filling the alley as a safety. So as you already saw, that's his gap responsibility. And so as a safety, when you're in this situation, so you got Trevathan bumped out on the slot, and so really he can't get to that gap. That gap's displaced. And so really you got Kwiatkowski on 2 gaps, but you want that safety support. So so he's over the top now, but now you got to come downhill. Once you see it's a run, come downhill now. He saw the trash and thought maybe the running back was already taken care of. So by the time he gets downhill, it's too late. That's a big gain. And that's what I talk about with running the alley as far as a safety goes. And having all 22 film makes it a lot easier to show people what you're talking about. And, that might not never be his game, but like I said, I think he's got a lot better on screens and things like that, where he's blown some people up this year. So no issue right there. So next play. We got 4 up on the line, 2 back, so in the nickel. Got Aaron moving to his left. And that's just good coverage right there by Prince. Our best pass rushers aren't on the field right now. And Aaron Lynch, man, I'm not a fan of him. Like, you see that bully ball, that doesn't do anything. And of course, Leonard Floyd had the hand issue to start out the season. So you just weren't getting a whole lot of pressure. And that's what I was saying. Like, plays like that, that's coverage pressure, because we were able to cover well enough to where Aaron had to make a last second throw. Now that's Khalil Mack putting a little bit of pressure on Aaron Rodgers. As you can see, you'll see the whole line and you'll see who's closest to the quarterback every time when you watch film. And so Khalil Mack, now when he plays bully ball, he has the actual strength to do that. And so he makes it a lot more effective where he can throw off the timing. So now we're in third down. In the nickel, Kwiatkowski's still on the field. And honestly, that's one of the things that Roquan really helped out with. Kwiatkowski didn't do bad right there at all, though. So 22, and for those that are watching 22 for the first time, like, it really helps with you seeing who's making coverage. And so you think about, if you watch the NFL game most of the time, like we all do, you don't see any of this. You only see what's up in the front. And so there's so many ways you could give credit to the wrong people because you don't see what's happening in the back end unless they show you a highlight. Like Nick Kwiatkowski carries that route over the middle. Like I said, he did a good job there. But you see a lot of people really getting to their assignments and understanding where they need to go. And so we get the view up front from the quarterback's perspective so we can see what happens on that play for the pass rush. Again, Khalil Mack makes a move. Leonard Floyd does a good job staying where he has to do. And again, so I hate to harp on it, but I'm going to go back to that play because this is literally what I've been talking about with a lot of fans. Is that, and you'll see this like all throughout the year, what happens with the Bears, particularly if you got a mobile quarterback, is that Khalil Mack will get the party started. More times than not, Khalil Mack is going to get the party started. Just off his pure talent alone, he's going to be able to get some effect on the quarterback. Now, the rest of the team, they can clean up. So you got Akeem Hicks being held, granted, but he's coming in as the second wave. And then you got Leonard Floyd, who's hurt right now, but didn't do much, playing some type of contain. But what you saw in the back end is so much coverage that it causes quarterbacks to really have to hold the ball. And as a good second effort team that's going to get up and continue to chase and continue to work to the quarterback, we were able to capitalize on that. So again, as I continue to say, we don't have great pass rush or we don't have great pass rushers outside of Khalil Mack and a really good Akeem Hicks. This is what I'm talking about. And I said the coverage was a big reason for a lot of our pressures, a lot of our sacks, and people just get upset at that. And it's the truth. This is what you see all year long. All right, so punt. And I really wish they had a way for me to skip to the next play without having to do that, because that'd be nice. All right, so we're on offense. First offense of play of the year, actually. So we do a little 3 running back look. Nagy kind of showing us what's to come with his interesting formations, little power sweep. It's all right. I mean, it's all right. Just something to kind of throw him off. Get 7 yards. Nice little gain. On the center, Jordan Howard to pick up the next 2. And this is back when Cush was in. And so we'll see how he's playing. He actually did a pretty good job there. Excuse me. as we saw him kind of wall off the defender. And that's a design throw to Cohen. So easy read. That's something you see where the cover's not covering the flat, or they're playing off with the corners. So you just want to attack the flat, let them know that you're there, pick up a nice little gain. Now we're in empty. Another prescribed play. And prescribed just means that Trubisky knows where he's going before the play starts. And so he doesn't have to read, doesn't have to think, just throws it. In which you can see wasn't a great pickup, but that's where the play was designed to go. So 3rd and short. Trips. And again, so this is a function of seeing the corners play soft on that edge. And if they're giving us the flat, we're going to try to press the edge and try to get around them. You got Clay Matthews there. Let's see who makes the block. And so really that's Deion Sims there. Deion Sims gets the reach. Clay continues to fight, but as you can see, Sims has him out leveraged, and Sims picks up the corner. So really that's Deion Sims right there making the play. And if Cohen stays in bounds, then you're talking about a real big gain. So got to give that first down to Deion Sims there with a nice block. And that's one of the things people talk about. We want to get another blocking tight end in here. Play action. That's a cover 2 beater. I didn't see the coverage, but that route usually is a cover 2 beater because you got the corner sitting up low in the flat. Yep, and the safety over the top, so the dead space is in the middle. So at least to that side of the field, that was a cover 2 beater. So that's a pretty easy route right there. Still got to make the throw downfield, but that's an easy read. So right now, this is what you do, and this is actually good play calling. So what we talked about before, we're hitting these plays in the flat because the corners are playing soft. And so now we're attacking the perimeter. And then once the corners start cheating up and they want to get a little closer to the line, then we could go downfield and look for some of those cover 2 beaters. And so that's what we see on that play. So that's good play calling. Like I said, the other side of the field, the corner was off. So sometimes you got half field coverages. It's not just as simple as a full cover 2. It could be a bunch of different things. So we got another empty. And now this is what I'm interested in seeing. Is this all 22 for the times that Trubisky takes off? Like, is Trubisky actually just running, or is there somebody out there that he could have thrown to? So let me go back a little bit. And we'll pause and kind of look at where everybody is. So at this point, we got 2 flat routes for the backs. Not really going anywhere. We got the middle hookup over here, and he's hugged up. So right now, I'm guessing you're going to have 2 outbreaking routes, but we'll see what they kind of do. You got a linebacker carrying him to the safety. Same thing over here. This is pretty locked up. And these were in breaking. So if they were out breaking, you would have had a chance. But this is pretty much like a curl concept, curl flats. So you got 2 flat routes, 2 curls, 1 curl over the middle, which is a very simple concept. But yeah, that's locked up. Because if these were outs and flats, then you would have really had something maybe to squeeze into. But yeah, there's nothing to see there. So Trubisky takes off. So definitely I'm going to give him a pass on that one. I tend to harp on Trubisky about running, but this is why you watch the film. And as I tell people, film is kind of everything. All right, so we got the first. Now we're getting into the red zone. Once you go 10 and in, that's what I call the white zone. Because I just call it white zone because it's harder to score there, to be honest. Well, I guess we didn't pick up the first. So 3rd down after that run. And again, you only got 2 yards. Now, this is interesting because Trubisky looks late on this. Because right now at this point, you know, and this is what I'm talking about. So Trubisky, from what you could tell, we'll see when it's closer, his head is already looking at that route. Like, he's not really looking because we got a bubble here. He's not really looking at this concept. He's looking over here. And it's a flat out. So either this guy's going to fly to the flat and leave him open in space, or this guy's going to sit on this route and leave Tariq Cohen open in the flat. So really, they screwed either way. But at this point, you see he doesn't have depth. He's not really pedaling. As a quarterback, he's on his break. And everybody says you want to throw the ball with anticipation before he throws or before he breaks. He's getting ready to break. You put this ball here now, he catches that on the run, he's gone, more than likely. And so, for some reason, Trubisky, I guess if I push play, Trubisky waits a little bit. Man, these controls are not fun, as y'all can see, but we'll get through it. So let's see kind of how this looks. So we see the route breaking. This guy's side shuffling now. The corner side shuffling. So now this ball should have been thrown. So now you look at it, he's almost taking a sack. He's almost took a sack when the ball should have been out of his hands. And you get the completion, you get the first down, but you look at what you could have had. And so that's just not processing. And that's what we talk about, quarterbacks that can process information fast, that can read the field. So he looks at the trip side for a little bit. I'll give him that. He starts off at the trip side thinking about the bubble. So that's the play side. Then he comes to the back side. But yeah, that ball's late. That ball's a little late. We get the completion. And again, people want to see results. I understand that, but it's like, what things can you do to get better? And that's just some of the things you see. All right, we run a little zone read. Let's see who messed up. So we motion. We got an unbalanced set. Clay Matthews. That's who it looks like, Clay Matthews. So Clay Matthews is our in-man line of scrimmage. We got a safety playing back. So again, you're going to read the man on the end of the line of scrimmage, which right now is Clay Matthews. So if you're being read, nobody's blocking you, zone down. There's the mesh, and then there's the lead. Makes the right read. He crashes, keeps it. Now, even though Burton whiffs on his block, Trubisky makes a nice play getting it in. He's a good runner. He's definitely a good runner. So there's the score right there. And again, so we saw that play. If you watched the Trubisky Bucks highlights before, we saw that play where it was a wide lead zone read. So that's one we talked about before. All right, so we're going to do the second series of defense, second series of offense because it's taking a while. But I think it's good stuff. So we're in a nickel like usual. Empty. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. And so then we want to look at the coverage. Plenty of time. Plenty of time to throw, but nowhere to throw usually means coverage. So we got, looks like Amos and our linebacker Trevathan over the middle. Kwiatkowski has the other one. We got the flat route covered. And then you got these corners pressing them to the outside, or at least Kyle Fuller is. Yeah, and Eddie Jackson over the middle. And these are the things. And I believe this was Khalil Mack's. No, it wasn't. Whose sack was this? Let's see. But these are the things I'm talking about. This is when coverage locks up and allows you to get to the quarterback. I mean, 3 seconds is around the average of what you would expect for a quarterback to throw. And all you gotta do is really sit back and see how long the quarterback has to know if it's coverage sack or if it's just a sack. Because right now, nobody has immediate pressure. Nobody. This is a coverage sack all the way. And again, you got Hicks that continues to fight, gets the sack, gets the fumble. And that dude's a monster. And as good as he is against the run and as much of a monster as he is, he's not that type of pass rusher. I mean, he can clean it up. He can play well, but he's not that immediate threat. As you saw, it takes time for him to get there. So that's just Kwiatkowski. I'm going to guess. I mean, he's the least athletic one, but he played a good game so far with a simple drag. Very, very popular route in college right now. So real easy to see. Hard for linebackers to defend because they're so flat-footed. So you get the double drag across. That's a little levels. You get a little high-low action. Easy pickup. 3rd down and 13. And that was fine. 7 yards. You put it all in front of you. So now it's 3rd and 13. This is where you want us to go after him. Me personally, I wouldn't blitz, but with this front 4, who knows? But look, this coverage is so good. I mean, now this is the problem. And this is Aaron Rodgers, so I'm not going to act like this is everybody. But this is the problem. When you get a quarterback this much time, now everything's covered. Trevathan's here. Kwiatkowski has the other flat. The vertical routes run into Eddie. The inside route or the underneath routes run into Kyle Fuller being chased by other corner. I mean, Prince has the inside beat, but you got Amos there. So really, you're in a good spot. But what happens is, since nobody is getting pressure on Aaron Rodgers, they adjust the route, and you can't account for that as coverage. Coverage only holds up so long. And so when you're sitting there and you're having to cover somebody for that long, eventually something's going to happen. And not sure what's going on with the film. Sorry about that. Not sure what was wrong with their film. Apparently it's a penalty. 3rd and 23. Yeah, Aaron's not going anywhere. Aaron's not going anywhere on that. So 4th and 8. So we'll go to the next offensive series. Oops. We'll go to the next offensive series, and then that'll be it for right now. All right, so back on offense, up a score. 1st down. Little handoff. Tariq bounces it out like usual. Let's see what happened up front. And again, this is back when we had Eric Kush. So it'll be interesting to look at James Daniels. I might have to do the Rams game to show exactly how we looked against Aaron Donald. That might be a fun one to look at. So anyway, on this run, let's see what we got. Looks like a simple zone. Yeah, Kyle Long just got beat. Wasn't quick enough to get the reach on the guy. And that's in zone, man. It's easy to get a leak in the zone. If you don't move correctly, it's easy for someone to penetrate upfield because you're not blocking him straight up. You're kind of laterally blocking them. And so nobody's really pushing their momentum up the field. All right. Big grab by Allen Robinson. Let's see what we had here. All right, so Trubisky knows he's going here all the way. This is a smash route, or a version of the smash route, where you have the outside is a flat and then the inside runs a flag route, or some people call it different things. But basically, they're running outside post. And so right now, your two flat routes, that's completely covered. That's not really there. So really with a smash route, this is what you do. You're going to watch to see what these two do. So a smash route, if the corner's sitting here and they run up to the flat, then that means this guy's going to be open here on the smash. Now, if the corner drifts and takes the flag route, then the flat is going to be open. Flat flag. There we go. So right now it looks like the corner is playing in between. And Trubisky feels, they usually say if you even, you leaving. So Trubisky feels that Allen's close enough to where he can get a step on the corner. And so Trubisky's going to go ahead and put it up there. And the corner does turn late, but, and it was fine. The corner never got there. He hung it up a little bit, but that's just really trusting your receiver to make that play. And I don't really fault him on that. Like, the corner was hanging in between, so you just make the decision, and there you go. So that's a nice catch by Robinson. Like I said, first down. We're in the green zone, past our own 40, or their 40, I should say. Play action. Oh, man, yeah. So as you can see from the all 22, he didn't even get the look downfield. He's under pressure immediately. So let's see what happened there. Because once you, there's a thing where you can read the field when you have time to, but then there's also times where you don't even get to get the look. So play action, coming up field, and that's the tight end. Tight end, I can't see who the pass rusher is, but the tight end lost to him. And so once that happened, Trubisky had to escape and make the best of what he could. Because at that point, the edge is crashing in on you, but the pass rush in the front or the interior, they're making some headway. They're not off their blocks, but they're not blocked up either. So once you got that and that, there's nothing you can really do. The pocket's collapsed. So you got to go ahead and make the best of what you can. So far, I don't really have too many big complaints with what Trubisky has done. So let's see here. Second down. Want to get some yards back. Give it to Jordan Howard. Nice little pickup. Funky formation. Then you run the zone. People not sure which way to go. It's all misdirection. Like I've talked about, Nagy likes his misdirection. So now we got a quad to one side. Let's see what route concept we had. Alright, so once again, we start off with a funky formation. So we hit the flat. I'm not sure what this is. This is a little weird of a concept. So the flat is fine. Looks like a curl here, and I'm guessing this is supposed to be a dig where he continues to come across. But if he curls here, that makes no sense. That's a terrible concept. And then you got the guy on the island. Looks like he's doing some type of vertical, but he's doubled up. So let's see what this receiver does. Yeah, he continues to dig across the field, and then the second corner releases off. But hey, that's a nice little, really at that point, your safe throw is to the flat, knowing you won't get a whole bunch. But the aggressive throw is this dig, because right now you don't know if this corner is going to stay with him or play here. Now he's staring right at the quarterback, so you could imagine he's probably going to go wherever the quarterback's looking. So that's an aggressive throw into a window. That's an aggressive throw down there as well. So Trubisky takes the throw, believes in his arm, and that's actually pretty nice timing. So not much you can fault them for that. I would say again, Trubisky so far, and this is only his second series, I'm not mad at kind of the decisions he's making. So real nice right there. So first down again. Now we're in the white zone where it's hard to score, man. It's hard to score the closer you get. Nice little pass to the flat. Excuse me. Corner's playing soft. Might have been man coverage. Let's see. Taking the safe pass, second down on the 3-yard line as we're getting ready to go into the half. And that's just a missed throw. That was a prescribed play. Just put too much juice on it, of course. Wanted to give Allen Robinson a chance to go up and get it. Third down and 3. Actually, it's the first quarter. It's not going into halftime. Little misdirection. Yeah, that was locked up. Packers weren't as fooled as they would have hoped by the motion and the fake toss. So what they was hoping to do is get Tariq Cohen wide open, but somebody went and got him. So really, I probably would have just threw that away, but that's just me. Second quarter, and we just take a field goal. So that is it for that one, and I know that probably went on for a little bit, I'm sure, when I look at the time, but I thought that was pretty fun. I mean, yeah, it's been a long one, but that was pretty fun. That's the film, and as you can see, like, you imagine the hours it takes to break down that stuff and to continue to look at those different things. And we only looked at 2 series of defense and offense. So some things and some themes that I saw early in the year that continued throughout the year. But there were some themes like Eddie Jackson, like we're saying, running the lane, that got a little bit better. So anyway, go down comment section. Let me know what you thought. Thumbs up, subscribe, share it around. Remember, stay up and bear down.